what I say to you, the messenger of darkness. And what is light? Of course, the sunlight. It illuminates everything around us. We see the beauty of this world, the beauty of nature around us, the streams of waterfalls, the beauty of mountains, the vast sea, and the purity of mountain lakes. Sunlight gives us warmth, allows us to get warm, and not to freeze, knowing the horror of the icy desert. But if we look at the sun at bright noon, we go blind. We can't look at the sun for long and enjoy its light, looking into its sunny eyes. We are unable to see the bright glow of the sun and enjoy it. We become blind and stop seeing altogether. That is when the grace of darkness comes to our aid. When our eyes rest from the bright glow, and the coolness of darkness brings us relief from the bright sun. Let us be honest with ourselves. There is the same division between light and darkness in our souls. Can the bright light of virtue really penetrate the darkest corners of our being, illuminate them, and give us true insight into our inner world? Can a person be constantly under the bright, sizzling light of infinite goodness? It is impossible. It is impossible to constantly walk on a thin plank with the constant fear of stumbling within oneself. It is impossible to live constantly in fear of harming oneself or one's loved ones. Perhaps liberation from these constant inhibitions can be found somewhere within ourselves, in those nooks of our souls that the sun's rays of virtue burn out with their bright flame. Is it possible that true goodness really hides in the forbidden, in what seems to us harmful and unacceptable? Let us be honest with ourselves. In this world we live in, light is often commonly associated with goodness, with righteousness, with what is pleasant and safe. But what if this is just an illusion? A delusion that robs us of the opportunity to know the true nature of things. We live in a world where truth and falsehood are intertwined, where the lines between good and evil are blurred and unclear. We are surrounded by prohibitions and warnings. We are told that it is dangerous to go where it is dark, that it is dangerous and foolish to delve into the uncharted expanses of our existence. But what if it is there, in the dark corners of our consciousness, that we find the answers to the most important questions? What if it is in the forbidden fruit that lies the true seed of knowledge that can free us from the shackles of misconceptions and deception? My friends, do not be afraid to look into the dark depths of your soul. It is your soul, it is your world, and it is there that the light may be hidden that will shine upon our path and illuminate our true nature. Rise against the tide, for that is where your true good can be. Let us look into the heart of the matter, into the darkest corners of our existence. For in our world, where evil seems to be an eternal companion, where every step is accompanied by prohibitions and restrictions, can we find something deeper, something true, something that goes beyond our ordinary understanding? Perhaps we are afraid to even think that the dark, the forbidden, can carry a true grain of truth. We are used to the idea that light is good and darkness is evil. But what if it is in the darkness of our souls that the answers to our deepest questions, our true desires, lie? Perhaps these are those questions and those desires that we are even afraid to say out loud. And we want exactly that, but we are afraid, surrounded by societal stereotypes and imposed ideals. We become hostage to our own limitations. We are taught that true good can only be found in the light, that true freedom is to follow established rules and regulations. But what if it is in breaking those rules and norms that we find the key to truly understanding our self? Yourself is exactly you and no one else. It is your inner world, and It is you who live and exist with it. Let's be honest with ourselves. Maybe it is in those dark and forbidden corners of our consciousness that we will find the true good that can free us from the shackles of false perceptions and compulsion. Let us dare to look into the darkness and find the light that will illuminate our path and give us new strength and understanding. Let us penetrate deeper through the veil of conventional notions of good and evil. Could it be that the true good is hidden just where we are warned not to dare tread? Can the taste of the forbidden fruit bring us not only sin but also insight? We live in a world where we are told that good is the path of virtue and evil is the path of vice. However, what if this is only a mask that hides other truths? What if it is in the forbidden, in the rejected, in the dark and unknown that lie the keys to our true understanding of ourselves and the world? Are we willing to believe that our consciousness, our spirit, our desires are limited by the boundaries imposed by society and religion? Are we willing to accept that our knowledge of truth is limited to mere assertions and rules? Let us ask ourselves this question. What if the true goodness lies in daring to leave behind these limitations, to take responsibility for our own path? What if it is through the exploration of forbidden fruits that we find freedom from the chains that have become habitual but tight? Imagine what happens when we decide to step outside of established norms and rules. Maybe it is in these moments that we begin to discover our true selves, breaking free from the shackles of societal expectations and bias. We live in a world where certain standards and patterns of behavior are imposed on us at every turn. However, what if these standards do not correspond to our nature, our desires, our aspiration? What if our true self, our true essence, is hidden behind this mask of established norms? Should we let society, encased in its beliefs and stereotypes, define our own being? Should we crush our desires, our dreams, our aspiration just to conform to conventional standards? Allow yourself to dare to lift your gaze above these limitations. Let yourself ask the question, what if true happiness and freedom are found precisely in giving up the illusion of conformity and accepting ourselves in all our unique individuality? What if it is in this breaking of established limits that the path to true liberation lies? My dear ones, it is time to boldly explore the darkest corners of our being. Allow yourself to dive into the world of forbidden fruits, for it is in them that the light may be found that will free us from the shackles of lies, deceit, and suppression. Examine what you really want. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Who do you want to follow? Who is your guiding star? We live in a world where we are indoctrinated to fear what is forbidden, what is rejected by society. But what if those very prohibitions hold the keys to our true liberation? What if the true light hidden behind a curtain of forbidden fruits can free us from the shackles of submission and fear? Let us dare to face the truth, even though it may be cruel and incomprehensible at first glance. Lift your gaze above conventional norms and standards, and you will find that it is in the darkness that a spark of light lurks that can illuminate the path to our liberation. Allow our path to be illuminated not only by the ordinary light, but by that which penetrates the thick darkness of inhibitions. Allow us to discover true goodness in the most unexpected places and enjoy the fruits that can lead us to our true purpose. We live in a world where we are taught to fear what lies outside the box, outside the established rules and restrictions. But what if it is there, in the darkness of inhibitions, that the keys to our liberation, to our true essence, are hidden? Let's open our eyes to what may be hidden behind the veil of prohibitions and restrictions. Allow ourselves to experience the forbidden fruits, for it is these that can shed light on our hidden desires, our true needs, our path to liberation. Don't be afraid to go beyond the familiar, beyond the established norms and rules. It is there, in the darkness, that the true power may lie that can free us from the shackles of societal expectations and lead us to our true purpose. Immerse yourself in reflection, explore, delve into the depths of your own thoughts, for it is in the darkness, in the unexplored corners of our minds, that the most priceless treasures can be hidden, ready to reveal to us new horizons of truth and understanding. Do not be afraid to explore the dark corners of your inner world. In this darkness may be the answers to our deepest questions, the keys to unraveling the mysteries of our existence. It is a place where we can find the truth we dream of and the understanding we have long sought. Allow yourself to plunge into this darkness, despite fear and doubt. It is here, in the depths of the unknown, that our deepest and most unexpressed desires can reside, ready to be transformed into shining pearls of truth.